and welcome to our second video on body systems. Today we're going to be looking at the respiratory system, and we're going to split this video up into two parts. So first we're going to look at the organs involved in respiration, and then we're going to focus on gas exchange as well. The respiratory system, also known as the ventilatory system, only has a few organs actually involved within the whole organ system. For example, you have the airways, which are things like the pharynx, the larynx, and the trachea, along with the bronchi. You also have the lungs themselves, these two here, and you also have the respiratory muscles, so that's things like the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles between the ribs as well. So if we look at the process of inhalation, or breathing in basically, what actually happens is the diaphragm contracts, and so do the external intercostal muscles. What happens is this forces the ribs to move upwards and outwards. The sternum as well moves upwards and forwards, and this causes there to be a fall in the air pressure within the lungs. This draws air into the body. Now, as the air passes through the nasal cavity, it actually gets warmed, moistened and cleaned, and then passes down through the pharynx or the throat on its way through to the respiratory passageways. The main passageway is the trachea or the windpipe, and which takes the air into the lungs via the bronchi. So during exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and bulges upwards, as you can see here. The intercostal muscles also start to relax, so the volume of the chest cavity actually decreases, i.e. the rib cage gets smaller due to those two processes, or those two muscles relaxing. This increases the pressure inside of the lungs, therefore forcing the air or pushing the air out. Now, exhalation is generally a passive process, because the lungs have a natural elasticity. So as they actually recoil from the stretch of inhalation, so the air flows back out until the pressure, as I said before, in the chest and the atmosphere are equal. If we look at the difference between inhaled and exhaled air, we can quite clearly see that nitrogen, the concentration of nitrogen remains unchanged. However, oxygen actually decreases while carbon dioxide increases. Water vapor as well increases, because that's also a byproduct of respiration. All the other gases, so things like the noble gas argon, that remains unchanged. Now, within your lungs you have little sacs called alveoli. The plural would be alveolus. This is where gas exchange, or it's the site of gas exchange. So if we have a look at it in closer detail, so in one alveoli, as you can see, you've got deoxygenated blood coming through. The alveoli is only one cell thick, which obviously allows gas exchange to take place, makes it more efficient. The inner lining of the alveoli as well is very moist. That's once again to aid in diffusion of the gases. So CO2 moves from the bloodstream into the alveoli, while oxygen moves from the alveoli into the bloodstream. So this is gas exchange taking place here. Now, within your lungs you've got millions of these little air sacs. Okay, so that concludes this short presentation. Hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to keep a lookout for some more videos coming up soon.